Hey guys, how's it going? It's April 5th on 2016, 8:46 p.m. And yeah, you're probably hearing me a lot closer now, maybe a lot better. I don't know. Um, did a few tests with this. This is a brand new microphone. And it's not your average run of the mill microphone, but it's not the most expensive one. But anyways, I figured I'd try it out tonight. There's a lot of things going on. I don't want to just talk about my microphone, but there's other programs, other things that I'm getting into that I figured it's about time I spent a little bit of money on a better microphone. My old microphone used to be way across the room, and this one is nice. It's a blue microphone, so let me know if it sounds good. I'll try to compare it to other YouTube videos that I'm hearing. So far, I like it. I think it's pretty cool. Right now it's set up for audio processing, but it has other ones. But anyways, didn't want to do this video about my microphone. I wanted to do this about what's going on as far as the server and what lies ahead. Right now, we are in the month of April of 2016. As you can see, this is my welcome page on the registry. The issue that we're at right now, and I wouldn't say issue, but I would say more or less the challenge that we're at right now. Like I've got, let me see, I got 3 people on the server, but I'm not doing this about my server right now. I'm just doing this about the entire system that's in place. January was an incredible month for California. As far as I know, Florida has been having an incredible year. Last I heard, I haven't checked the registry, but everything from what I'm hearing sounds really positive. And one of the last videos I did, other than the one that I posted last night of a little bit of the action that was going on, I tend to like actually going on when it's quiet, believe it or not. You would think I would want to be on with a lot of people, but I tend to get a lot of things or get more things done, especially if there's a lot of questions, and I'm not trying to avoid anybody. That's what the forum's there for. So, but anyways, like I said, January was a pretty good month, and things started to slowing down as far as February goes, and into March, we really noticed the slowdown. There is signs of things picking back up. We're at a point right now where things are, I would say, we know how to control it. We have a lot of different, like I said, there's 4 people on here besides me right now who are checking this registry out as I record this, which is what those icons represent. But when we go into the cycle, it's expected to end on April 11th. What happened was we started getting inundated actually with a lot of new users, which caused some confusion. They weren't too sure where the procedures were, or they weren't too sure what the procedures meant. And basically, things were starting to go. I mean, there was some crazy stuff that was happening. And I tried communicating with one person directly through the forum eventually. I did originally. I got to chat with them. I tried communicating with them through the forum. They never responded. So, yet a friend of his, and I don't know if that'll pick up the dog upstairs, but anyways, hopefully it just picks up me. That'd be great. It's supposed to block out noise. Back to the microphone again, but anyways. So, what we got going on, like as far as Barstow, for example. Now, there's some formulas that are not up to date, but yesterday nothing was happening. I left it for today. I don't know if I'm going to do this tonight or not. Mike has been willing to go ahead and basically run Barstow with me, and I haven't seen too many other takers. And this is where it gets important to try and figure out or gauge what other people want to do. The thing about this, and this is like totally different, and planning is so important, especially when it comes to logistics, how many cars you have in trains. It's not just a matter of, hey, I want to hump the yard, so I'm just going to hump whatever I see. There's planning involved, and it's a matter of what tracks are available or what tracks need trimming. All these numbers, for the most part, are derived from the waybills. So instead of choosing this one, for example, there's two Kansas City trains that generally come in at the same time. We only had 59 minutes for today to trim because we simulate their breaks, their virtual breaks. You don't have to take the breaks at the same time or whatever. I could care less as long as we basically limit ourselves to that 59 minutes. And that's why you'll see a hump. I know there was some concern that Barstow, a lot of people were seeing the hump was basically stopped in the middle. Generally, we try to run it, and if we can do a break, that's great. But if we're in the middle of it, it's much easier to just stop it where it is, even if it's blocking one of the entrances to coming into the receiving, because there is two. And worst case scenario, just like in the prototype, the train would stop at MJ and that would be it. So yeah, going on, we've got a couple trains here. We got someone who's just starting out. Okay, so we got 3 trains going on right now. I'm not too sure what the other one is, but let's see. But I wanted to show you MJ actually. So yeah, WJ. Why do I call it MJ? WJ, as long as it doesn't have auto racks, can come in here. So you see this dot is here. It's actually representing a hump that's in progress right here. So he can't come in that way. The only way he can come in is via receiving 3 and 4 are open at the moment. So I mean, the rest of the yard is pretty much going as planned. But here's the thing: when somebody comes in and they want to just hump whatever they want, or they want to run whatever they want, that's great and all. In other places that might work, it just doesn't work here. Everything we have is based on these numbers, so we have to know what's happening. We have to keep our trains limited to a certain size, and that's why we run a quote-unquote cycle. So we don't run every train every day either. I go to the Bakersfield main tab right now. You can see there's a lot of dailies in there, but then there's also some trains like the Fresno Barstow train. It does actually run. It actually runs on weekends, but it doesn't supply all those cars on other days. So this is where logistics comes in, and we have to figure out if there's important cars coming from there. It's not so important, but it does get important. For example, if I go to Barstow, Maine, we've been having one of the issues that we found was, if we can find it, when was it? Oh yeah, Lovelock runs 3 days a week, Sunday, Monday, and Saturday. So we're finding that as we're adding new trains and we're trying to put the frequencies in, we're finding that certain cars all of a sudden, because we tag them all for Lovelock throughout the week, we're finding that things are building up because I mean, I can set the frequencies a certain way, but it's a very complex system. And the reason why I mentioned all this is, yes, there's a learning curve here. We know Run8 already has a learning curve. If you got through Run8 and you can run a train from one end to the other, and you can do a little bit of switching, you've already gone through a learning curve. The fact of the matter is, this is another learning curve. There's another learning curve involved too if you're interested in the RTS software. The RTS software is a beta, and I've had a couple people, who have issues or whatever, can't get it going for whatever reason. I'm not exactly in a position to support anything that I hear. If I see enough of it, then I can try and do something about it, or at least progress. But right now, as far as I know, there's only a limited number of people that have actually tried the RTS software. Most people are users of it, as far as I know. So I don't focus my energy on making sure that the RTS software is user-friendly or anything like that. It's kind of like, I'll use an example. There's a route editor for Run8. Well, that route editor is not supported. It's not released. The public can't have it. And boy, I don't care how complex it is. I would love to get my hands on that route editor to try and do something. That would be fantastic for me. It would give me something extra to do or focus. Instead, I'm focusing on other programs because there's only so much that I want to put into this depending upon how busy we are. And if we're not busy enough, then my mind starts to go into other things. And I'm going into all kinds of things like space programs, real world economies. Of course, I'm looking for a job as well. But anyways, that's kind of, I didn't want to really get into too much tonight. There's timing involved. That's a new thing that you're starting to see. And the timing isn't about being a control freak. And I think I've said this before. What that is all about is trying to simulate so that, say, for example, you want to hump. Well, the thing is, you want to have a couple guys. It's great. It works for two people. You have one hump, one trim, and then sometimes you get the Barstow crew, or sorry, the Boron crew has time during after the end of his run as well. So he can come in and he can do his thing, and then all of a sudden you got 3-man crews. Bakersfield is happening right now, although there's times where you can still work by yourself and not have to. And this, it goes with Barstow, it goes with Bakersfield. But there's other places like San Bernardino. There's West Colton, which we don't use timing. And the reason why we don't use timing on those is because they are not running at a 24/7 operation. So when stuff's ready to go, we just go ahead after it's at its arrival. I think we have some at West Colton right now, the last I checked. So when to hump is basically when it's available to hump. So these two right now are available to hump. They can go. I don't keep track of the trimming or anything. I don't even bother dealing with this, honestly, right now. I got enough going on at the moment. So, but anyways, I just wanted to say all that. We're looking. Hopefully, I got all the information that I wanted to get out of this the best I can. We're looking for people who can, right now, not only in Mins, we have some volunteers. We're looking to expand, especially in California. Things are going to slow down. The frequency is going to slow down. And that's because we don't have the demand that we once had. When AI comes around, that's totally out of the window, because I know there's some places that, run a lot more trains than us. I get that. Once AI is in, that's the game changer, because we're already running as much freight as anybody else, and I've said that. And I've seen some posts lately of other popular servers. I've seen some servers that are totally dead too. So we are moving freight, that's for sure. Right now, California's at a 32-day cycle. This is going up. We're not too sure if it's going to go to a 48-day cycle or what. But once AI comes, that will come back way below 32. So we're looking for people to get into the admin who wants to go behind the scenes. We're looking for yard masters who wants to do the tagging and the paperwork. And we're also looking for people who want to work out the logistics of some of the patterns, some of the freight patterns, so that because that's something I can do, and I have some time to do it as long as I'm not working in the next month. I should have some time to go through some of these logistics again and fine-tune them so that we don't have too many cars. Like, some of our trains have been incredibly huge in Bakersfield and coming out of West Colton. And I understand the issue, and it's just a growing pain that we have to work with. So I definitely understand the issue. We're going to work towards fixing those issues. If you want to help me on some of the logistics, I can certainly show you the right way, or show you basically how access the waybill data and try to get you involved in that as well. So, but that's about all for now. A little long-winded here. Hopefully you like the new microphone, guys. Let me know. And I'll post a message on the forum letting people know that, hey, I got a new microphone. If there's anything you need me to cover, always post a question on the forum. If you don't see the information, you want a tutorial, you want anything, just let me know, and I'd be happy to show you and make it as easy as I can for you guys. Because I'm not here to complicate things and make your life miserable. Logistics and car forwarding is the central core of RTS, and it always has been. And I want to keep people happy, but I don't want to go crazy and make all kinds of changes either. So, anyways, that's all I got for now. Have a good one.